Hey y'all, it's JC and I am finally back with another video. And in today's video, it's a video that so many of you who watched my college decisions reaction video, go watch it if you haven't, but so many of you all that watched that video have requested. And first of all, I'm so sorry that it took so long for me to make this video, but y'all, going viral is not for the weak. I had to take a step back and it was a lot. I had a lot of nice comments and thank you all so much for those, but like the mean ones, they were mean. But I'm back now and I'm here to share with you all the stats that got me into the Ivies, Stanford, USC, Chicago, etc., etc. And of course, I have to say this disclaimer that I don't know what got me into these schools. I don't know if it was my essays, I don't know if it was my extracurriculars, I don't know what it was. But stats and extracurriculars are a huge part of your application, so I'm going to share this part with you. I wasn't gonna make this video. I was like done with YouTube. Like after I started reading those comments, I was done. But I realized that I kind of want to be a resource and a help to you all when applying to colleges because it's tough. So if you have any other questions about my college application process or things like that, feel free to ask. I'm not an admissions officer, so I don't have the official information, but I don't know, it's nice to hear other people's perspective on things. So feel free to ask me that. But I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna go ahead and give you all my stats. So first I'm gonna give you my baseline number stats and then I'll break down my classes and I'll explain my school's grading system after that. So my SAT is a 1500. I got a 770 in my reading section and a 730 in my writing. SAT was not easy for me at first. I had to study. I was not a national merit kid. People ask me that. I got like a 1200 on my PSAT. So I wasn't a national merit kid, but I did study to get my 1500. And I did report it to my schools because I was very proud of my score because I know that at first I was not doing good. I did not take the ACT at all. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe you should try both and see which one you do better at, but I did not. My class rank is 1 out of 284. It was 284 at the time of my application, but I think my class size has gotten a little bit smaller. People moving, dropping out, whatnot. My class size is 284 on my application because that's what it was in the beginning of the year. My GPA, I have a 4.7 weighted and a 4.0 unweighted. And my AP scores, I've taken 16 AP classes over my 4 years in high school. I'm taking 4 this year, senior year, so I have scores for 12 of them. I'll read those to you actually. Let me pull them up because I don't know them off the top of my head. But I know that I have 1, 2, and that is on AP Environmental Science. That's my first AP class ever. So basically, I'm going to start from my 9th grade year and go up in AP scores because I kind of show a little upward trend. Well, you'll see. So in 9th grade, I got a 2 on environmental science and a 3 on human geography. The next year, 10th grade, this was COVID year, so I took these exams online at home. I got a 3 on biology, a 4 on macroeconomics, a 5 on psychology, and a 5 on world history. And I got the AP Scholar with Distinction Award. 11th grade, I also got AP Scholar with Distinction. And I got a 3 on chemistry, a 3 on statistics, a 5 on English language and composition, a 5 on microeconomics, a 5 on US government and politics, and a 5 on US history. So those are my AP scores. Okay, this is just a tip, but don't panic if you don't do good on a test, especially if the test is not in the subject area that you're interested in, because all my science scores were kind of low. My math SAT score was low compared to my reading score, but I didn't apply as a math major or a STEM major anywhere. My major for most of my schools was econ or political science, and on my reading SAT, I got a good score. On my econ AP exams, I got good scores. On my government, politics, history AP exams, I got good scores. And that's what I want to do. So I think that kind of helped me in my application process. But now I'm going to read to you all my grades and classes throughout high school because I feel like that's kind of important. So I'm literally pulling up my transcript right now so I can just go down the list. Yeah, I was only absent 4 days of school, my whole school career. That's pretty good. I didn't know that. Go me. Okay, so before I read my coursework and grades, I want to explain the grading system at my school really quickly. So basically, AP and dual enrollment class adds 10 points to your grade. Honors classes add 5 points to your grade, and any class that doesn't have one of those distinctions does not add any points to your grade. So if you hear me say honors or AP and I'm reading my classes, subtract 5 or 10 points depending on which class to see what I actually got in the class. Because these are all weighted grades, meaning that these grades all go, when it comes to weighted GPA, I have a 4.7 weighted GPA, and those extra points are why I have a 4.7. So I'm gonna go ahead and read my grades. So first of all, in 8th grade at my middle school, we have the opportunity to take one high school class for credit, and that one high school class was Algebra 1 honors. So I took honors Algebra 1, and I have a 100 in that class. Also, I need to mention that my class is on a semester system. So we take 4 classes first semester, 4 classes second semester, but we also have this class period called, well, it was called IF. It's not called that anymore in my school, but we have this class period called IF, or Instructional Focus, and it is year long, and it's like a study hall period, but sometimes they'll offer AP classes year long in that IF period. It's like a 45-minute block. So you take that AP class the whole year. So I'm going to break down my classes and kind of tell y'all which semester I took them in, if it was AP or honors, and my grade, my weighted grade. So in 9th grade, first semester, I took AP Environmental Science. I had a 100 in there. I took Health and Personal Fitness, a 100 in there. Honors 9th grade Literature and Composition, I had a 102, and Spanish 1, I had a 100. And then second semester of 9th grade, I took Honors American Government and Civics, and I had a 102. I took AP Human Geography, I had a 110. Honors Geometry, a 101, and Honors Physical Science, and I had a 102. 10th grade first semester, I took AP Psychology, and I had 108, AP World History, 108, Foundations of Engineering and Technology, 100, and Introduction to Business and Technology, 100. Second semester of 10th grade, I took AP Macroeconomics, and I had a 109, Honors Algebra 2, I had a 105, Spanish 2, I had a 100, and this next grade is like literally the lowest grade on my whole transcript, but it's my 10th grade literature honors class, and I have a 99 in there. I also took AP Biology year long during my instructional focus period, but I got a 101 in both semesters for that class. And also, this was the year, 10th grade was like COVID year for me, so I got out of school in March and didn't go back to school until my junior year, so that was interesting. But over that summer, I also took English 1101 at my local college, and I got 105 in there. My 11th grade first semester, I took AP Government and Politics, I had a 107, AP Macroeconomics, 107. I took a Business Dual Enrollment class, got a 110. I took Honors Pre-Calculus, and I got a 105. That semester of school, I was online, so that was interesting. Then the first half of my second semester, I was also online, so I went back to school in around March. But second semester of 11th grade, I took AP English Language and Composition. That was a really hard class for me, but I had a 102. I took AP Statistics, and I got a 106. AP US History, 105. Business and Technology, that is the second year of my Intro to Business and Technology class, but I had a 100 in there. And then I took another Business Dual Enrollment class, and I got a 108. And I also took AP Chemistry year long, and I got a 110 first semester and a 108 second semester. And then the summer before my senior year, I took a Sociology Dual Enrollment class because it was something I was interested in, wanted to learn more about it, and I got a 110 in that class. So then first semester of my senior year, I took AP Calculus AB, and I got a 105 in that class. AP European History, and I got a 110 in that class. And then I took a comparative government global issues class as dual enrollment at a different college than my other dual enrollments, but I got a 108 in that class. So then that's my first semester grades. So like when I had mid-year reports and stuff for my college applications, those are the grades that were reported on my mid-year. Second semester, which is right now of my senior year, I am taking Spanish 3, Business Communications, which is my third year business class. I'm working to finish my Microsoft certifications in that class, and then also taking AP Physics 1, and then year round in my IF class, I am taking AP Computer Science Principles. So those are my grades. Really interesting, I guess. But please don't forget to subtract points if you want to see what I actually got in my classes, because it sounds kind of like intense when you're like, whoa, she got nothing but 100s in her classes, and in reality, like, those are my weighted grades. So even unweighted, like the average of my grades is like a 97, but like I feel like the weighted grades kind of adds a different perception. So next, I'm going to go over to my Common App and I'm going to read you all my activities and honors and everything like that I put on my application. First, I'm going to read my awards and honors. And I will not lie, this section was weak for me. Some people on like online and they were like, oh my gosh, I have too many awards, I can't fit them all. And I was just sitting there like, okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and read to you all my honors and awards that I put on here. I did fill up all 5 sections, but I struggled to do so. My first honor that I put was Governor's Honors Program. I was a social studies major, and I know a lot of you all are not from Georgia, or maybe even if you are, you might just not know what it is. And basically, GHP is like this big program that you apply to statewide. You're nominated by your school. You go through a school, county, and then state competition. And if you make it through all the competitions, you get to attend a 4-week, all expenses paid summer program, which is like basically an enrichment program for the subject area that you applied in. I did apply 10th grade and didn't get in, but I got in 11th grade as a social studies major, and I was able to attend that, and that was super fun. So yeah, that's my first honor. My second honor is that I am a master 4-H'er, so I'm really big in this club called 4-H. I will explain a little bit more later, but basically I won 7 times at my state level, and I won 3rd place once national level, and I did project achievement and I did judging teams. So those are where my like first places come from, which now that I think about it, these people who are reading my application have no idea what project achievement or judging teams, like what that means. And I probably should explain that more, but the slots are really tiny. So on the schools that asked me for a resume, I did explain it on my resume, but like now that I'm thinking about it, on the honors and awards section, they don't know what that means. But I did mark it as like state level and national, so maybe that was impressive. My next honor that I got was AP Scholar with Distinction, which means I got a score of 3 or higher on at least 5 AP exams with a 3.5 average, and I read my AP scores to y'all, so y'all know what scores I got. And then my next honor, please don't attack me, I know, is National Honor Society. I know that a lot of people say like, oh my gosh, that doesn't matter, everybody does that. Y'all, I didn't have anything else to put, so that's what I put. Then my next honor I got was Outstanding Student, which is an award I got at my school for high academics and like good character, and I got that 9th and 11th grade, so I put that on there. So those are my honors and awards. Once again, not that impressive, but I didn't have anything to put, and I wanted to fill up all the slots, so yeah. And lastly, the thing that you've all been waiting for, my ECs, my extracurriculars. What 10 things did you put on your common application, JC? And I'm going to tell you. And I feel like honestly, this besides my essays, I feel like this was like the most important part of my application. But I'm gonna read it to you now. So first thing I put was this, YouTube. So I put that I was an influencer and content creator. And I talked about how I made lifestyle content. I had worked with brands. I built communities with other creators, and I mentored other creators that were like didn't have as big of platforms as me. And at the time when I applied, I had 14,000 subscribers and over 1 million views. So I did put that. I put that I worked on this 9th through 12th grade, and yeah, that was a big commitment of mine, so I put it first. My next commitment that I put was Georgia 4-H. So I was state president of this organization. I was state president, I was a district officer, and I was an ambassador. So basically, it's a youth development club, and it's kind of like recognized, so you might know what it is, but like every state does it a bit differently. But basically in Georgia 4-H, I planned local district and state events. I competed in competitions. I met with donors. I presided ceremonies and banquets. I met with legislators. I got to speak to our state legislators about funding 4-H, which is really fun. And I just got to do stuff like that. And I think what was really impressive on that one was that I served as state president. And state president, I was able to represent over 200,000 4-Hers across the state. So that was pretty fun. And yeah, my next EC that I have is Model UN, and I actually helped start the Model UN Club at my school. And actually, my UPenn admissions officer, she wrote like a personal letter to me, and she told me that was impressive. So I'm gonna say that that was impressive that I helped start Model UN. So basically, I led research because our Model UN Club, we had never done it before. There's one kid who did it at his old school, but he was at his old school in 9th grade, and he was like a sophomore when he came to our new school, so he still like didn't know much about it. So we had to learn how to research, and we did workshops, and we like go to the local library and on Saturday mornings and just kind of like grind to figure out what we were doing. I helped organize travel logistics, plan the weekly meetings. I assigned committee roles, and I also like recruited people to join. So that was like my responsibility, and these responsibilities were also shared with the other people who helped start it. That's why on my application I did not put founder, I put co-founder, because I was not the only one. But yeah, that's kind of what I did in Model UN. I did that all through high school. My next extracurricular is tennis. I play varsity tennis. I am second doubles. That's like my seed. I am by no means a tennis star, y'all. My first time playing tennis was in 9th grade at tryouts. That was my first time picking up a racket. And I was bad, but I did practice. Like, I got it together. I'm not the best by any means, but I'm not terrible either. So I put tennis on there because it was such a big time commitment for me. Because I mean, I practice every day for a few hours. Like, it's a big commitment. And basically, I put that practice daily. I led daily stretches at practice. I did district regional matches. I moderated our team's Discord server, because I did. And then I helped plan the banquet at the end of the year. So I think what was good about that one is that even though I am not the most accomplished athlete, I was able to show how I still could take leadership in the other areas. I think that was really good on my application. So my next extracurricular, number 5, is student government. I am currently student body president, and I was class president 9th through 11th grade. And basically I talked about how I planned spirit weeks and pep rallies. I communicated with the principal and superintendent regularly, and I served as an access point for students, and I organized meetings, and I helped like basically bring up the vibe of the school. I guess I tried my best to help with that. My 6th extracurricular was FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. I was mainly involved at the school level. I wasn't really a state person in this club, but I did commit a lot of time to it, and I also like kind of helped start it. So my first year of high school was the first year the club was at my school, and I did it in middle school, so I knew a little bit about it, but I don't think I held as much of a leadership position to say I helped start it, so I didn't put that on my application. So basically for FBLA, I'm co-president of the club now, but the past few years I was publicity chairman. I was also co-president last year, I forgot to say that. But basically we have a school store that is ran through FBLA, so I worked at the school store. I ran the club social media, I planned meetings, I organized community service, but basically I also competed, and this was partially through the FBLA club, partially through my business class, because I have the same teacher and advisor for both of those. But this is where I got to say that I got my Microsoft Office certifications, and now I'm certified in Word and Excel, getting my PowerPoint certification like a few weeks, go me. And then next I put my Board of Education. I was really involved with the Board of Education. We had this program called like Scholar Clerk. So I was at board meetings, I got to do announcements. I served on a review committee for like our gifted model in our system. I had to evaluate the board performance and like do a survey and like talk to these people like above my board and tell them like how I thought our board was doing. And I helped to advocate for a new curriculum. I had to go to like our board meetings and speak about the new curriculum our school system was trying to adopt. So that was fun, quirky, cool. And my Penn admissions officer was also very impressed with that. So yeah. Next, I talked about my small business that I started. This was only through 10th, and 11th grade. I stopped 12th grade to focus on YouTube, but I basically had a vinyl decal company. I actually have like YouTube videos about it if you want to like see what I did. But I talked about how I created custom decals and apparel, promoted daily on Instagram and TikTok, and shipped. I kept track, so I shipped over 500 orders, so I did say that. Next club that I have is a local like community-based club, and basically I was a big sister mentor, and I had like 2 littles that I mentored basically, and I put that on there, and I volunteered at local events and did things like that. My last extracurricular was my church, and at my church I helped to organize a back to school bash, like school supply giveaway, and I also like helped tutor people at our summer program. So basically in my like description, I just talked about the money I raised, how many school supplies we provided kids for, and how many people we got to help. and then how I tutor kids. So those are all my extracurriculars that I listed on my. Hey y'all, it's JC, like a day later, realizing that I totally forgot to film the outro to this video. So I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for watching. Second of all, I just want to reiterate that once again, I do not know what got me into the schools that I got into. So if you're thinking, OMG, like her stats are terrible, I don't know, y'all, my essay could have been amazing. Or if you're thinking, her stats are crazy, like my stats will never own up, like your stats, I mean, or if you're thinking like, oh my gosh, like my stats are nothing like hers, like how am I gonna get into school? Don't think that, because I thought the same thing about my stats and ECs when I was applying. But honestly, like you cannot see how amazing you are from the inside, like, but those on the outside of you, they can see that, and they will see that when they're reading your application. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. If you have any questions or just anything that you'd like me to do in terms of college, like college application content, please let me know, because I want to be as much of a resource as I can. So let me know in the comments. Like I read my comments. So that's all I have for this video. I hope to see you in the next video. My next video might be a commitment video. I've decided where I'm going to school. I feel like some of you are not going to be shocked at all. Some of you are going to be surprised. Really excited to announce that. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.